Hey guys, welcome to another day on the shop. Sorry it's kind of loud in here. Got the Expedition warming up because it's pretty cold. So, got a few things to do to it. Got some lights to do, got the oil change I need to do, and then I've got to look at a CLE or cell light, whatever you want to call it, engine light. And that's what we're gonna do. So, let's get to it. Well, as this thing's warming up, we are gonna get my old Think Car Diag 2 out and take a look at the engine. It's pretty simple. Just ran off Bluetooth to your phone. If you don't have one of these, especially for a Ford or something like that, it can test all the mechanisms in the vehicle. It does everything all the way up to baseline 4Scan. If you can't get any further with it, then you need to download 4Scan and then get an adapter. I'll put the adapter and the link in the description below, as well as the Think Car 2. So let's get in here and plug this up. The Think Car Diag, or Think Diag 2, which is this thing, it plugs up with a serial port on one end, OBD2 port on the other end. Like I said, it runs off Bluetooth to your phone. They have an app for it. You can buy upgrades and stuff like that for it, which it can do just about anything. The only thing it can't do, like I said, is the deep stuff with, if I can find this thing, it can't do certain things that 4Scan can do, but it can do just about everything else. All right, so we're gonna go to our Think Diag right here, right there. Let's pull it up on the screen. So we got our Think Diag pulled up. Let me go down the list and I'll show you what's going on. So we go to the All Systems Diag. Once we do that, it goes to a VIN decoder, and you press that 3 times and it chooses which vehicle. It scans through Bluetooth and through Wi-Fi or cellular to find out what the VIN number is for the vehicle, so it can properly diagnose and everything. So that's what it's doing right now, finding it. All right, confirmed. USA Ford. Waiting. Still waiting. Still loading. Confirm to on. All right, it's loading the vehicle now. Right, we're gonna go to health report, and it goes down the list. As you see on here, it's checking each and every individual thing. I will say this is a more in-depth than just your $30 or $100 diagnostic tool. Those can just pull up the code themselves and that's it. This will go through and check every individual component and not just bring up a code and then you erase it or whatever else. So now that we are done with it, I have, let's see, oh, I've got 6 codes. 6 codes. All right. The HVAC, it's a actuator that's not working right. Already know that. Instrument cluster, we can go to that and we can clear it. Or if we wanted to, we didn't have to look at all this. We can back up and we can just go to clear codes. And if anything pops up again, we will have this with us and we'll check it again. But it erases the light on the dash. And let's see, it brings up HVAC system. There's still a problem there. The generic electronic module, I don't even know what that is. So let's bring that code up. All right, confirm everything's good. We're still warming up a little bit. All right, just checking everything. Trying to figure out what is going on. All right, tire pressure sensor. All right, okay, yeah. I got 2 tire pressure sensors and a one of my blinkers is out, and that's what I'm changing today. So we're gonna take a screenshot of this and we'll go over that later because I want to find out which pressure sensors are bad, and I've always wanted to figure that out because I always had a pressure sensor fault, and if I can find out that, I'll replace them and then I won't have that light anymore. I don't like lights on my dash. All right, so I had a couple things going on. My blinker up front and one of my tail lights is out. I've already got the lights for that. That's happening today. Oil change is happening, but I do have tire pressure sensor faults, and I've never known which ones it was out of the 4 tires, so I'm probably going to look into that and see if I can find out which ones it is so I can replace them. If I can do that, that will help out tremendously on getting rid of this tire pressure sensor light, because I can't stand it. Well, the car is warmed up now. We're going to pull it the rest of the way in the shop, and we're going to get to this oil change and do it quite quickly because it doesn't take long. Just got to drain, plug up, change filter, refill, done. Headlight or blinker, pull off the headlight, change the light, tail light, same thing, boom, done. Simple, easy, quick, and hopefully you'll learn something. I'll put the links of each product in the description below, as of the Motorcraft oil filter, what kind of oil, how much, whatever brand you want, and then on top of that, the Sylvania lights. I'll put them in the description below for each light that I bought for this time. I can look up the headlights and everything if you need me to, and put that down there, which I probably will, just to make sure that y'all have everything in the description below, as well as the Think Diag 2. So let's get up front and change some oil. Well, for the blinkers, I've got 3157A or NA light, and then for the tail light, I have a 4157. So that's 2 lights you need for this light right here and the rear lights, as of the tail lights, and that's it. They're pretty simple to get to. 10 millimeters on the front, 10 millimeters on the back. So let's get to this. First thing you want to do is pop your hood and open it. Like so. Next thing you want to do in a cold situation like this is warm your hands up, because I'm freezing. On top of that, I'm going to get my creeper and get the bucket for the oil. We're going to start draining this, and as we're draining the oil, we're going to get to these lights. Got my bucket up under there, got my creeper up under there, then got my Ulsa Tools swivel head ratchet. Can't go wrong with this. If you like this kind of stuff, look in the description below. You can get you 10% off. So I really like these. They're very handy. The replacement on these is unbelievable, actually. So I'm gonna get up under here and we're gonna start draining. Okay. Well, another little plug is if you get dirty hands and get oil all over your hands, and you like Ulsa Tools like I do, you can get their hand wipes, hand and tool wipes. So they help out. They take all the oil, grime, and grease off your hands, and they give it a lemony, citrus kind of smell. They're also very soft to the hands. So I like using these after I get oil all over me, or even JB Weld or grease, whatever. They work really well, and they can clean your tools too. Because now that my tool has oil all over it, I will use this before I put it up. So let's get these lights out. Like I said, these are just 10 millimeter bolts. One here, one here. Oh, you're dying. Are you dying? You are dying. Let's switch batteries. All right. Simple and easy. Pull this tab. You got one little button back here that holds into the fender. You just kind of finagle it out, wiggle, and it pops right out. All right. Simple and easy. Let's replace this one. Like I said, this is the 3157. You can get an LED in this as well, so you don't have to change them out, and they don't use as much voltage. I don't care for that. because it was $10 more. I might do that later, but I just needed a quick fix right now. And it's back in here, lock it into place. All right, blinker is done. I'll finagle this back in here. All right, done. Well, other than looking at my oil to see how good it looks with no sheen or glitter, I dropped my bolt in there. So I'm gonna swing this magnet around and find it. And there we are. And I'm gonna clean all this up and dump this oil. If you ever want a little life hack, get a 5-gallon bucket, and that's how you dispose of your oil at AutoZone or wherever, because they can only take up to 5 gallons. If you have a 5-gallon bucket full of it, you just take it to them, they pour it out, they give you back the bucket, all is done. You don't have to keep all the little individual quarts or bigger 5-quart jugs and fill them all up, because it's a pain to bring 15 jugs in. Bring one bucket, simple. All right. Time to come back up under here and put the bolt back in. Pretty simple. All right, if you're not familiar with an Expedition and how to get your oil filter out very easily, the fan shroud right here has little teeth on it, and you can push it up out of the way. And it really works with 2 hands, but there you go. So it's out of the way up here. Now you can do that. Problem is once you unscrew this, it will drip out everywhere. It has this little chute right here, but it goes behind the chute, in the chute, all over, and you can't help it, so it just pours out everywhere. The chute's pretty cool, but it doesn't work. So I'm gonna unscrew it, and we're gonna get oil everywhere, and then clean it up, put the new filter on. All right, now that that's done, oh, if I can get up, we move on to filling her up, and then the tail light. But yeah, I'll let that drip a little bit more because oil did drip out. We'll get in here in a minute. We're gonna let that drip. So we'll go to the back and look at that. Well, I kind of told a story. That's a Torx bit, not a 10mm. My truck, and most GMCs or Chevys take a 10mm to take the tail light out. So this may or may not work. Throw it on the ground. Oh, we're gonna see if I can get this thing off real quick and pop this new one in, and we'll be done once I get the right adapter. All right, just switch bits. So let's put this in here. Whew. All right, let's put down here. Boom. All right. A little crusty right there. Look at that. It's all burned up on the end of it. A little black. All right. Well, we got some new ones. So we're gonna toss this one in. This one's the 4157. All we gotta do is snap it back into place and put it in there. Put this back where it goes. So, like that up. Like that. Well, anytime you're doing lights, you probably want to check them before you put everything back together, just to make sure they work. So we're gonna go and flip on, and we're gonna come back here, Check to see if this is on. That is on now. That was not on before. Come up here, check our yellow light. Oop. That one's on, and that one's on. Perfect. Lights are done. So, moving on to the rest of the oil change. And we'll see if everything else is done. And then we're gonna reset it, right? Simple. So, back to it. All right, it's full. Top this off, cap on, turn it on, check it, restart the oil life. I'm happy. I had an airbag light on earlier, and I think it was from the bulb default. Now I've got all this saying stuff. Low fuel, yay. So we'll go to set, reset clear, oil change required. There we go. Hold it, reset. All right. If you don't know where reset is, it's right here. You press setup a few times, and then you go to reset once you get to the oil line. Boom, done. So let's clean up. Now, even though all it did was an oil change and some bulbs, I still like to go through and check everything from water, power steering, gotta check the oil, and anything else I feel necessary to check. I have issues sometimes with my power steering cooler right there that comes to here. Sometimes it leaks, sometimes it doesn't. Right now it is full, right where it needs to be. It's not leaking, so that's good. I've had to redo the lines a few times because it would leak, and redoing the lines made it work again. But check the air filter and everything else while you're under here. Why not? It's simple. You don't have to worry about it afterwards. Simple. Every 3,000 miles, 5,000, 10,000, whatever your oil change requirements are. I use the 10,000, but I change my oil about every 5,000. The truck tells me to change it every 3,000. So I wait another 1,000 to 2,000 miles. No big deal. But I'm gonna finish up in here. I'm gonna clean up my horrible mess right here. And yeah, we're gonna get done. If this helped you, hopefully it did. Hopefully, I don't know, you need an oil change. So if it did, cool. If you needed something to look at your OBD2 lights, I'm getting confused on myself for what I'm saying. Yeah, look at the Think Diag 2. Everything's gonna be in the link in the description below. But I wanna say thank you for joining into another episode of The Shop. If this episode liked you, please give me a like. It helps it to go out to other people so that they can see it. And that's it. So yeah, if you have any wants of any information on the Expedition, a 240SX, a Ford Focus, some fab stuff, check out my other channel or stay on here and look around, and you will find a lot of information. There's over 300 videos on here right now. So till next time.